Hi everyone, I'm Teresa Allen and I'm a professor of journalism and the first woman actually who ever was tenured in our department.
One word to describe Professor Allen. Oh, that's hard.
If I could describe Professor Allen in one word, it would be legend.
I really think it's curious.
High standards.
Pioneer.
I would say admirable.
Enriching.
Badass.
Strong, talented, badass. I guess those 3 words, but
Teresa Allen is a badass.
Well, I think it's good to be badass as a journalist and I'm glad that they see me that way because, being a journalist is really different.
She's done so much within the journalism world and just the amount of stories that she would nonchalantly tell during class, like, oh yeah, I interviewed Mr. Manson after the whole fiasco. We were like,
I won't forget when she said that she sat down with Charles Manson and she just wasn't impressed.
Really the least interesting murderer I've ever known. Although I had to stop people from associating me with Manson because I was always introduced as, the person that interviewed Charles Manson. Was like, stop.
I know how she works with students to make it a challenge to do interesting things rather than just teaching from a book or following the same format every single semester. She mixes it up.
Well, one of the things that I see is that she doesn't treat people like students. She doesn't, in other words, she doesn't put herself on a pedestal and students down below. If you walk into one of her classrooms, you see her sitting around a table with a bunch of students having a conversation. And I've used that as a model myself.
students love her, and it's not because she's a pushover, anything but a pushover. She's tough and she's passionate and she's principled. She feels so strongly about reporting accurately and ethically. She cares so much about the words that we use to communicate what we're trying to communicate to our readers.
There's something about, the written word that has lasted for, so long in history. And it's compelling to, make a choice about words.
Taking Teresa's class and getting a chance to sit down with her and go over the intricacies of writing and what makes good writing, I just walked away with a better sense of how to write and who I was as a writer, and just felt like I got the most out of that class than any other class that I had at my time at Cal Poly.
She brings the same passion that she brought to her life as a reporter to the classroom. I think that students who have had her appreciate her desire to get to know students one-on-one, to meet with them and coach them and look for opportunities for them to be successful.
When I was reading her stories, I realized the impact that a really well done, in-depth story could do, and it made me very passionate about not necessarily breaking news, but the news that follows.
I look out over my classes, my writing classes and my reporting classes, and it's passing the mantle to someone like yourself. Or it's like passing the mantle to a student that I look out and I think, that person could be a journalist.
When I came into Cal Poly, my original plan was to switch out of journalism and go into either construction management or civil engineering. But after taking Professor Allen's 203 class, her just teaching and her encouragement and support really pushed me to stay within journalism, and I feel very, very grateful I had her as my first ever professor here at Cal Poly.
So I think she sparked a love of something that I'm very passionate about, and she definitely taught me to look at myself with a critical eye and to be humble about my own writing, which is, I think, a hard thing to learn.
Being an effective professor is about mutual respect. And I think students have to respect you, but by the same token, you have to bestow some respect on students who are doing good work. And she really does that, and she cares a lot about her students, but she's firm at the same time, and I think that's an ideal personality in this environment.
One thing I'm sorry about in not teaching students anymore is that I'm not standing in front of the class and I'm not saying, resist, defy authority,
she's always been the person who's not afraid to question what everyone else is assuming. If she has a difference of opinion, you're going to know it.
I think she really taught me how to be bold and how I went into situations and interviews.
I can't say enough about how much I respect what Teresa has done, both in her writing and reporting career and her academic career. And I wish her all the good luck in the world.
Cal Poly students, of course, are very driven. And I always love my very young students because it was before they had boyfriends, jobs, and they had this passion to be a journalist, and so that was really great. And I feel like I've taken them and propelled them on, and so I guess that kind of hooked me at Cal Poly.